Have you ever felt hopeless, broken, lost? Have you ever been moving really fast in life but felt like you weren't really going anywhere? Well, let me be the first to admit that I have, and this is my story, twisted into rhymes dedicated to help push you forward for His glory. See, I was part of that socially accepted norm where our culture seems to be okay with the fact that tonight, 1 out of every 2 children will go to bed without their father in the home. An epidemic by far. My father was behind the prison bar, let's face it. We didn't get that affirmation, so we spend our whole lives trying to become the star. See, I lived that life, it left me cold-hearted, overdosed, man, I was halfway gone. Spit on you, pushed you away, built my own throne, worshiping the girls, money, and drugs, because culture had ingrained in me if I had all those then I was grown. That left me stranded for dead, on the side of the road all alone. I doubted if God was even there, and if He was there, did He even care? My actions screamed for help. I needed saving, but it was like no one could hear. It was like no one was near. Then on that night of August 10th, 2009, I heard a man say that God had a plan for me. That all my sin was paid for, the complete redemption fee. My brokenness was met with love, joy, and peace for the first time this blind man could see. This mouth went from cursing to praising. My hands I was raising. Surrendering all, I began to desire different things. All I could seem to sing was Amazing Grace, how sweet the sound. Oh good God, it was the sound of freedom. Yes, I've been freed. On my Israel Houghton new breed. Dropped the old me crucifix, Jeremiah 18:6. So I opened up His holy book. Every line, every page was a hook pulling me closer, my heart He took. But it doesn't end there because I needed a game plan. So call me Morgan, I'm a free man, but the God I serve is in the business of turning boys to men. So I had to tell my flesh, we've come to the end of the road. Boys to men. Stopped writing my own story, gave Him the pen. So let's proceed. He says, seated a woman in Genesis that would make the devil concede that we succeed. He's under our feet once and for all, my all in all. Even when we fall, He's the restorer and rebuilder of every broken down wall. Let it resound, the sound of freedom. I was bound, now I'm found. Orphan to son, had to let His love make an incision. Open heart surgery on the operating table. I was weak, had no blood pumping, but You came and You made me stable. Cardiac arrest, You gave Your best, dead to life. Your cross was like the knife, taking out the unclean things. Now this heart has a reason to sing. Listen, we all have sin. Acknowledge it. You can't kill it with a knife or a gun. Only through the sacrifice of the Son. He is the one, the only one. And Satan, you might be a sneaky little snake, but my God is a beast. He removed my sin as far as the west is from the east. So the blood I'm no longer repressing, I'm professing, I'm all about that blood like I hit an artery. Satan, you got no part of me. To You, Lord, I bow my knee. Listen, God is so powerful that He just breathed. And all the stars were born, He just breathed. And us as mere dust just came to life, and that same breath is in me and you. What will we do? We must fight. Listen, God is hiring, and perfection isn't one of His qualifications. See, He turned a stutterer into a public speaker, a tax collector and fisherman into His disciples, a murderer into a minister, a shepherd boy into a king. See, God doesn't necessarily need your expertise. He just wants a heart that is willing to follow His lead. Put your hand over your heart. That's purpose. That's God's spirit. That's humanity. That's your life. See, Father God sent His Son Jesus for you, for me. The rebellious, the religious. He didn't come to conquer kingdoms. He came to conquer hearts. And Father, my heart is Yours. You are beautiful beyond description, too marvelous for words, like nothing ever seen or heard. And even when we go running, You come running for us. And I stand in awe of You. Giving You my life, that's the reasonable thing I can do. Father, I love You.